viral tool that is acceptable to the global gatekeepers of the protocols. So our target is to ensure, Madam Speaker, that 170,000 tourism workers are vaccinated and protected from the possible harm that can come from contracting the deadly COVID-19 virus and its variants. This will aid in our recovery efforts for the sector and, by extension, the country. The vaccination of tourism workers is key to the tourism's full recovery. The task force has organized a series of vaccination blitz at strategic areas across the island, which are being hosted in collaboration with the private sector vaccine initiative in tandem with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, the private sector organization of Jamaica, and various tourism stakeholders, both within the public and private sectors. To date, Madam Speaker, blitz have been taken across the island, including the Pegasus in Kingston, Moon Palace in Ocherias, and all the centers, Negril, Sandals in Negril, and I could name them all. And Palladium in Hanover, we've gone through all of the areas, and we are satisfied that the work is going on. And I want to make the point again, as I've made before, we are requiring every worker and every player, stakeholder in the tourism to be fully vaccinated.
The Minister's time, Madam Deputy, for speaking has expired.
To finish. Madam Speaker, I ask that the Minister be allowed sufficient time to complete his presentation.
The question before the House is that the Minister be given sufficient time to complete his presentation. Those in favour? Those against? The ayes have it. Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thanks to my colleagues for their indulgence. So, Madam Speaker, along with the senior tourism officials, I recently returned to the island after participating in a series of meetings with travel industry leaders, media and other stakeholders in our two largest markets, the United States and Canada, to increase arrivals to the destination as well as to foster further investment in the tourism sector. Our engagement, Madam Speaker, with key tourism partners in both markets were very successful. There are COVID-19 related concerns, yes we know, and we wanted to assure the market that Jamaica remains a safe destination. Our protocols are in place to ensure that visitors can come to the island, go to our attractions, and have an authentic Jamaican experience in a safe and seamless way. Despite the concerns, confidence in Jamaica remains very strong, and this augurs well for a very positive winter season. And I want to make the point that some are predicting that this winter season will approximate the winter season of 2019. And I say that with a great anticipation, and I'll tell you why as we go on, based on what the market is saying. So this is underscored, Madam Speaker, by the outcomes of our marketing blitz. The executive, for example, of the world's largest airline, American Airlines, assure us that the island will by December see as many as 17 non-stop flights per day as the demand for the destination rises. They also pointed out that Jamaica topped the Caribbean among consumers on their expansive American Airlines vacation platform, and confirmed that they'll be utilizing their new large, wide-body Boeing 787 planes on their key routes to Jamaica, and that will be the only Caribbean destination that will have Dreamliners coming from American Airlines. And I think that is no mean achievement at this time, Madam Speaker. Southwest Airlines, one of the largest airlines in the United States and the world's largest low-cost carrier airline, reassure our delegation that their flight operation into Montego Bay in the coming weeks and months are very close to the 2019 pre-pandemic record levels, signaling increased demand for destination Jamaica by travelers. As a matter of fact, they told us that Jamaica is number 2 in the world in terms of booking next to Mexico, and that is very strong. Southwest operates non-stop flight between the U.S. major international airports of Houston, Fort Lauderdale, Baltimore, Washington, Orlando, Chicago, St. Louis, and they all come into Montego Bay. Expedia, Madam Speaker, the largest online travel agency in the world and the biggest producer of tourism business for Jamaica, said their data clearly shows impressive room nights and passenger growths, with both metrics passing the same time 2019. These are strong, especially from an Expedia. They also noted that the U.S. remains the overall top search engine market of origin for Jamaica, and that's critical. And indeed, if I should make the point that of the million plus that have come, 900,000 odd have come out of the United States market alone. So this is, in fact, giving substance to what we see and know. And when Expedia says so, it is so. Forward bookings are hovering over 65% of 2019 levels, and airlift for the winter season is at around 82% of the 2019 levels, with around 260,000 seats locked in. And that is the story out of Canada. So, Madam Speaker, Canada will deliver 50 non-stop flights per week to the island commencing November 1. The flights will be operated by Air Canada, WestJet, Sunwing, Swoop, and Transat, with direct services from the Canadian cities of Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, Winnipeg, Hamilton, Halifax, Edmonton, St. John's, Ottawa, and Moncton. Carnival Corporation, Madam Speaker, the world's largest cruise line, has committed to sending 110 or more, they said, stops into Jamaica, and that represents 200,000 cruise ship passengers by its various brands in the island between October 2021 and April 2022. Royal Caribbean, the second largest cruise line in the world, will resume limited operation in Jamaica in November for this year. Also, cruise executives reiterate a strong desire, and Madam Speaker, the Minister of Labour and Social Security has a strong interest in this. They want to employ, Royal Caribbean, thousands of Jamaicans, and they tell me that they could employ up to 10,000 Jamaican seafarers because Jamaica has a preference in their mind as far as our hospitality workers are concerned. They have a preference in their mind for Jamaicans over some other places that I will not name it at this time. But Jamaica is a preferred place for employment. There are some adjustments, Prime Minister, that we have to make in terms of our regulatory arrangements, and the Minister and his team, Minister of State Xavier Main in particular, is leading the charge in working that through so that we can have that corrected and enable over 10,000 workers to be employed in the cruise industry over the next few months. Madam Speaker, as we seek now to accelerate the recovery of the tourism industry, I'll be leading a delegation to the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, United Kingdom, and a few other countries to explore opportunities for FDI in our tourism sector, as well as to shore up arrivals from our third largest market source. While we will be attending the Dubai Expo, Madam Speaker, where Jamaica Pavilion will be showcasing the destination's latest products and innovation, the theme of our pavilion is Jamaica Makes It Move, which implies that whether it is our unique music, food, or sports, Jamaica moves and connects the entire world. The distinctiveness of the pavilion, Madam Speaker, reflects the culture of Jamaica and the initiative to transform and introduce the country as a logistics hub, linking the Americas to the rest of the world. Yes, and we have more to say about that in the next visit I'll talk about. Our captivating pavilion, Madam Speaker, has been named one of the coolest at the World Expo 2020. And this, Madam Speaker, is supported in Dubai by the ITP Media Group and another one that you call Time Out Dubai. Those two have identified and stated that Jamaica's pavilion is the coolest at the World Expo. The pavilion has 7 zones, which enables visitors to experience the sight, sound, and taste of Jamaica, how our country moves the world, in fact, and serves as a logistical connection. Very important, and I know the member on that side has an interest in that. The Dubai World Expo is a 6-month-long event from October 1 to March 31, 2022, under the theme Connecting Minds, Creating the Future, and brings together countries dedicated to finding solutions to pressing challenges around the core values of education, innovation, and cooperation. A multi-agency delegation from Jamaica, headed by the Commissioner General of the section, Ms. Essie Gardner, is currently in Dubai for the duration of the Expo. While there, we will meet with His Excellency Reem Al-Hashimi, the Minister of State for International Cooperation and Managing Director for World Expo 2020 Dubai, and engage with other tourism partners, including delegations from Cuba, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and Dubai ports. And, Madam Speaker, the importance of mentioning these is in the advance of the multi-destination strategy for the Caribbean, which we have started discussing with the UAE as part of what will engage that area of the world to us in the Caribbean. And at a later point, I will mention the airlines partnership that is going to be forged during that visit also to facilitate this. So investment, Madam Speaker, will play a critical role in tourism recovery by providing the funds necessary to construct and upgrade projects essential to the development and growth of tourism capacity. So while in the UAE, we will also be meeting with the heads of the Tourism Authority to discuss collaboration with UAE on tourism investment from the region, Middle East tourism initiatives, and to establish the gateway access for North Africa and Asia, and the facilitation of airline engagements. Meetings are also scheduled with executives of Dinata. Dinata Tours is the single largest tour operator in the UAE. Members of the Jamaican diaspora will also have an occasion for engagement with us, as you know that Jamaica does have a good population there. And then, of course, Madam Speaker, the coup de grace. We will be meeting with the largest airlines, arguably, in the world, but definitely in the Middle East, Emirates, Etihad, and Qatar. I have also been invited, Madam Speaker, to speak at the upcoming edition of the Future Investment Initiative, which will be held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on the 26th to 28th of October. The event will convene an influential community of the foremost global leaders, investors, and innovators. This year's Future Investment Initiative will include in-depth conversations about new global investment opportunities, analysis of industry trends, and unparalleled networking among CEOs, world leaders, and experts. Jamaica will also be taking a number of key projects, and the Minister with our portfolio in the Ministry of Job Creation and Economic Growth will also be joining me in that particular activity as we take projects, hard, good projects, for which we already have started negotiations and discussion with investment prospects in the Middle East to conclude arrangements, and so that Jamaica can look at some new and innovative investments at a high value added investments. And be careful, because when we come back, we want to have more to say on that. And I see my friend on that side looking anxiously on. But I promise you, they are mega investments that are going to be game changers and will have important implications in terms of GDP positions down the road. And I'm excited about that prospect of going through. So, Madam Speaker, we are off to a good start. Because on the following on the heels of all of this, we will go to the UK, where that closes the loop in terms of our marketing arrangement. And we are looking forward, thanks to the change that has taken place in terms of the UK's positioning of Jamaica now in the green light. We have missed the red and the amber. We are now green, which means we are open for business and for even flow of visitors into Jamaica. And immediately that happens, Madam Speaker, the largest tour operator in the world, TUI, is responding. And this weekend, the first set of flights will arrive in Montego Bay. And we are looking, Madam Speaker, to have 1,800 to 2,000 seats from TUI alone during this period. So we are looking to some 10,000 room nights from the same TUI arrangement, with tremendous spin-off for accommodation and other subsectors, particularly, Madam Speaker, attractions, transportation. So the little transportation man, the Jute and Juka, J. Carl and the Maxi Tour and the taxi man now will begin to get back into business, because the traffic is happening again and the flights are coming in. The UK market is crucial to our tourism product, and we eagerly anticipate once again welcoming visitors from the UK to our destination. Finally, Madam Speaker, the newly completed 500-room at H10 Hotel in Coral Spring in Trelawney will be open in mid-December, completing the full complement now of 1,000 rooms at that location. And Prime Minister, you will have another opening on the 9th of December for this 1,000-room hotel in Coral Spring. Investment with regards to Princess and Hard Rock, Madam Speaker, are still on track, with groundbreaking arrangements set for January 22, whilst, of course, the Sandal construction projects continue to be on stream. These developments, Madam Speaker, which I have outlined, are expected to have a major impact on Jamaica's tourism product and will contribute significantly to the industry's quick and full recovery. And the recovery of tourism, Madam Speaker, as you know, is integrally tied up with the recovery of our full economy. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I thank the Minister for that fulsome presentation that gave us in the Parliament and in the country an overview as to what is immediately in store for the tourism sector in its recovery, as it tries to recover from what has been a very significant blow to the sector over the last year and a half or so. Minister, I take particular note of the efforts in restarting what I understand had started earlier, which is the home porting of tourists, of vessels and the carriage of tourists to Montego Bay, and as part of the building the resilience in the sector, in the tourism sector. You would know from my previous comments at other time and elsewhere that that is an area I've long believed we have underperformed in, and the opportunities there are significant. And so I'm very pleased to hear that there's a focus attention to the opportunity that exists in that area. But Minister, as we do so, there are a few questions I have to ask. Could you tell us how many ships are home porting in Jamaica at this time? What are the immediate prospects for home porting in Jamaica? I know you've been engaged in a lot of discussion around not just that, but as you've explained, many other aspects. And it's not just the cruise vessel. You spoke significantly about the air traffic, the air traffic portion of that, which is the bringing in of passengers into Jamaica from the Middle East and elsewhere. So my question is, what is the prospects, immediate prospects for vessel expansion in the home porting sector? Allied to that is, what are the changes and improvements necessary in our physical infrastructure and, importantly, in our human capacity if we are going to take full advantage of what I believe is a nascent industry in Jamaica with significant possibilities? And I must say, Minister, I'm very pleased to hear that you'll be journeying to the Dubai World Expo, because I must say to you, as I think I've indicated to you quietly, that I've been getting some not so encouraging reports out of Dubai that we are undermanned, understaffed, and that a very significant effort and investment that is underway is not going as well as it might. So I'm very pleased to hear that. You are journeying there, and hopefully that effort and the delegation that will accompany you will be sufficient to save the day and to realize the opportunities that we believe, as you do, that exist in the Middle East. Thank you.
Can I answer him? Because it's three very important. Sir. Thank you very much, member from St. Andrew Western. Firstly, there are no home porting at the moment, but Montego Bay has been a home port prior to COVID-19. So we intend to restore that in November when the AIDA class vessels return. But to your wishes, the discussion of home porting is active now. And only 2 weeks ago, when I was in Florida for the Sea Trade, which is the cruise trade show for the world, we had extensive discussions with cruise lines about Jamaica now being a home port destination. And you ask about the infrastructure required. We're going to have to build some more ports. As we stand now, we could do a home porting where we could move from Montego Bay to Falmouth to Ocho Rios and to Port Royal. But of course, we'll be constrained in terms of size of vessel, and we had also to look at some of the arrangements within the port areas for the turning basin for these larger vessels that come in. But the discussions are on, and especially as the cruise slowly recovers and destinations within the Caribbean area slowly opens up, the opportunities for home porting and multiple porting activity is now very live. What we have to do, however, is to step up on our vaccination. And I make that point very strong, because the big call all around is for vaccinated, fully vaccinated people. The crews are, and I want to make that point, the crews are all 85% and more fully vaccinated. And by 85%, we're talking about people who are 12 years old and over, because under 12 is not regarded in this statistic. So, for all intents and purposes, everybody who is on the cruise ship as an adult passenger is vaccinated. So, they are more exposed when they come into destinations that are weakly vaccinated than we are when they come to us. And they are making very strong calls on us in that regard too. And they are saying where they want to go and where they can't go and where they shouldn't go. And sometimes we, Madam Speaker, sometimes we get vexed, you know. And we say strange things and we want to quarrel and demonstrate and all kinds of things like that. And we don't get it. That if we don't put ourselves in a position where the visitor wants to come to us, they will not come because they have other options. They can go to Mexico and they can go to Dam Rep and they can go to Barbados and they can go to Cuba and they can go all over the place. And the other point that needs to be made and just be reiterated is that the visitor is not a friend who comes to your house to say hello and drink your liquor. It's an investment that is providing a return to us by way of the jobs that are created, by way of the foreign exchange that is earned. And that is the money we use to buy the food and to buy the medicine and to pay the light bill and the water rate. So when a tourist comes, immediately is a job opportunity, is an earning opportunity, is a means by which the livelihood of individuals are secured. And I think we need to get that right, Prime Minister, because if we do, we would change our attitude towards it and not to say it's tourist versus local.
That's the tier program.
And that tourists get in and local not get in, because it's not the same. The tourist is coming here to augment your ability to live better and to earn and to be able to pay your light bill and water rate. And that's a key point that we need. And finally, the Dubai. Yes, you and I had this story, and we jump on it immediately because Jamaica pavilion is regarded as the coolest, and therefore we had to make sure all the teams, because it's not a one area involvement, it's all of government, and the full team of us are there, and they are there now. So when I go there on Monday, they will all be there, and I'm getting better reports. Even the images are changing, and we're looking cooler and better. So I will have a better report for you when I get back. Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, let me also thank the Minister for his statement today in respect to the tourism sector. Minister, I sat and I listened to your presentation. I also read the statement you circulated, but I realized that there's a section of the sector that is missing, and that is the southern coast. I don't see any reference at all in your statement in respect to the South Coast and how the South Coast tourism product is going to benefit from this increased tourism arrival. And you know, of course, I speak about the South Coast because I too have a very valid, valuable area in the Milk River mineral bath. That is one of the most valuable assets this country has. And certainly I want to know what plans there are coming out of this statement for areas like Milk River that are on the South Coast. How do you intend to have those areas benefit from, because they have been suffering, of course, as a result of the pandemic. All tourism areas have been suffering. But what, and I never heard anything about Port Royal either. They made reference to cruise ships coming in, and that is a part of the South Coast. So it's from Kingston all the way to Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Manchester. But specifically, I'm asking you about the South Coast and what plans you have in this coming year for areas like Milk River, as well as how do you intend for these initiatives, your visit to Dubai, etc., how you intend to have those, leverage those connections to assist the South Coast and the southern coastal tourism product. Thank you.
So Madam Speaker, thank you, Member Cousins, and I am very grateful for you for raising the issue about Milk River and the potential of Milk River, and I want to answer that quickly, because even though the statement didn't cover every area of Jamaica, what it did was to speak to the broad accessibility that exists and the infrastructure overall that enables everywhere in the country to get a benefit. Because that's the one thing about that tourism. It is that pervasive. Once the plane comes into the airports, then it radiates all over. So the South Coast hotels have been doing extremely well in the context of, COVID. And certainly places like Treasure Beach have seen, a lot of life. And I'm very pleased. And I want to use the opportunity to say that those smaller hotels on the South Coast are more COVID compliant than many. In fact, Jake's is 100% vaccinated. And they were the first hotel to announce that they are 100% vaccinated. And so we are seeing that is happening. So we are also spending through Ready 2. And that project is done now with the World Bank. Right? Over, I think, Mr. Green, a little over 4 billion Jamaican dollars are going to be spent in rural tourism, which includes South Coast. And South Coast is the heart of rural tourism and country-style tourism. So that's coming. Prime Minister has charged me to literally reimagine the spa experiences coming from Milk River and Bath. And we are in the process of discussing. And to talk about Dubai, yes, our discussion with Dubai ports is intended to look at port opportunities, Prime Minister, shall I say, in Vernon Field and South Coast. Right, exactly, just to let you know. So we are there right on, and we're doing what we need to do in relation to that. So in closing, I just wanted to say that our discussions and our plans as we reimagine tourism is to make it truly inclusive and to involve all the key areas, especially on the South Coast where a different type of tourism exists.
Minister, just piggybacking on the South Coast question, as a urban MP, you had mentioned some time ago the quest to have this gastronomy type experiences, primarily in the corporate area, and you're going to look at specific locations. I don't know if you can give us an update as to where you are with that and how more of the urban constituencies can participate.
So Kingston is a very special product, and it falls in line with what we call city tourism, which is a different profile altogether. And so for Kingston, the focus heavily is going to be on gastronomy. Devon House is going to be the center of that gastronomy. And we are looking at creating zones, gastronomy zones. We are in touch with a private sector group right now, for example, that is looking at how do we create from that Devon House corner of Waterloo all the way to Papine, because you'll be surprised that more than 100 restaurants and eateries and social gathering centers are within that area. We look at the new Kingston area, Knutsford, again. And so the whole idea is to build out the gastronomy areas and to provide incentives also through the Tourism Enhancement Funds Linkages Division to facilitate small and medium operators. We have put $1 billion at Exim Bank. You heard the Minister of Finance yesterday said that in the period some 280 million have been on lent during this COVID period. So the capacity is there to provide funding support at interest rates that are lower than the average. As a matter of fact, it was 4.5% interest. And they are to be repaid over a 5-year period. And we have a ceiling, I think, of $25 million per person or per entity for on lending. So that is there. And then the training and development through the Ready 2 program for these small enterprises in the Kingston area as well as elsewhere. But the focus on building out gastronomy. And the final area, of course, is the Blue Mountain Trails. The Blue Mountain Coffee Trails from Papine all the way up to the Blue. And you see already lovely eateries up there. One of them goes by the very term, Eats, which is a very exciting place to have lunch and so on. So we are building it out. And downtown, a new look at downtown, and of course, Port Royal. So these are, in my mind, the drivers, what we call the passion points of people. People travel to fulfill their passions, and one of them is food. 42% of the expenditure of the visitor is on food. So we want to build out those food experiences. And I say this now to encourage investment in food experiences in Jamaica.
Announcements.
Laid on the table of the House today are the following: Ministry paper numbers 69, 70, 71, 72, and 73, respectively, regarding the law reform zones of special operations, special security, and community development measures, the Norwood Community Zone Social Intervention, dated October 8, 2021, the Augustown Community Zone Intervention, dated October 8, 2021, the Greenwich Town Community Zone Social Intervention, dated October 8, 2021, the Denham Town Community Zone Special Intervention, dated October 8, 2021, and the Mount Salem Zone Social Intervention, dated October 8, 2021. The law reform zones of special operations, special security, and community development measures, order and resolutions, respectively, regarding the Denham Town Community Zone extension of period of operation number 5, order 2021, the Mount Salem Community and environs in the parish of St. James, extension of period of operations number 5, order 2021, the Mount Salem Community and environs in the parish of St. James, extension of period of operation number 5, order 2021, the Greenwich Town Zone extension of period of operation number 5, order 2021, the Augustown Zone extension of period of operation number 5, order 2021, and the Norwood Community in the parish of St. James Zone extension of period of operations number 2, order 2021, and their respective resolutions.
Bills brought from the Senate, petitions, papers, reports from committees, notices of motions given orally.
Madam Speaker, I beg to give notice at the next meeting of the House I will move the following motions: the law reform zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Augustown Zone extension of period of operation number 5, order 2021 resolution. Whereas Section 4 of the law reform zones of special operation, Special Security and Community Development Measures Act 2017, hereinafter referred to as the Act, provides that the Prime Minister and Council may by order declare any geographically defined area within a single continuous boundary in Jamaica as a zone of special operations for a period not exceeding 60 days if there are reasonable grounds to believe that due to rampant criminality, gang warfare, escalating violence, and murder and threat to the rule of law and public order, it is necessary so to do. And whereas in accordance with that section, the Prime Minister in Council made the law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, Augustown Zone Order 2020. And whereas that order provides that the said zone shall operate for a period of 60 days, and whereas Section 5 of the Act provides that the Prime Minister and Council, after consultation with the Joint Command, may by order subject to affirmative resolution of the House of Representatives extend the said period for such further period, each not exceeding 60 days. And whereas on the 11th day of October 2021, the Prime Minister and Council made the law reform zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the August Town Zone extension of field of operation number 5 order 2021. Now therefore be it resolved by this Honourable House as follows. This resolution may be cited as the law reform zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the August Town Zone extension of period of operation number 5, order 2021 resolution. 2, the law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the August Town Zone extension of period of operation number 5, order 2021 is hereby affirmed. The law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the Greenwich Town Zone extension of period of operation number 5 order 2021 resolution. Whereas section 4 of the law reform zones of special operation, special security and community development measures act 2017 hereinafter referred to as the act provides that the Prime Minister in Council may by order declare any geographically defined area within a single continuous boundary in Jamaica as a zone of special operations for a period not exceeding 60 days if there are reasonable grounds to believe that due to rampant criminality, gang warfare, escalating violence, and murder and threat to the rule of law and public order, it is necessary so to do. And whereas in accordance with that section, the Prime Minister and Council made the law reform, zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, Greenwich Town Zone Order 2020, and whereas that order provides that the said zone shall operate for a period of 60 days, and whereas Section 5 of the Act provides that the Prime Minister in Council, after consultation with the Joint Command, may by order subject to affirmative resolution of the House of Representatives extend that said period for such periods, each not exceeding 60 days. And whereas on the 11th day of October 2021, the Prime Minister and Council made the law reform zone a special operation, special security and community development measures, the Greenwich Town Zone extension of period of operation number 5 order 2021. Now therefore be it resolved by this Honourable House as follows. 1, this resolution may be cited as the law reform zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the Greenwich Town Zone extension of period of operation number 5 order 2021 resolution. 2, the law reform zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Greenwich Town Zone extension of period of operation number 5 order 2021 is hereby affirmed. The law reform zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Denham Town Community Zone extension of period of operation number 5 order 2021 resolution. Whereas Section 4 of the law reform zones of special operations, special security and community development measures Act 2017 hereinafter referred to as the Act provides that the Prime Minister in Council may by order declare any geographically defined area within a single continuous boundary in Jamaica as a zone of special operation for a period not exceeding 60 days if there are reasonable grounds to believe that due to rampant criminality, gang warfare, escalating violence, and murder and the threat to the rule of law and order, it is necessary so to do. And whereas in accordance with that section, the Prime Minister in Council made the law reform, zone of special operations, special security and community development measures, declaration of the Denham Town Community Zone, number 2, order 2017, and whereas that order provides that the said zone shall operate for a period of 60 days, and whereas Section 5 of the Act provides that the Prime Minister in Council, after consultation with the Joint Command, may by order subject to affirmative resolution of the House of Representatives extend the said period for such further periods, each not exceeding 60 days. And whereas on the 11th day of October 2021, the Prime Minister in Council made the law reform, the zone of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Denham Town Community Zone, extension of period of operation number 5 order 2021. Now therefore be it resolved by the Honourable House as follows. 1, this resolution may be cited as the law reform, zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Denham Town Community Zone, extension of period of operation, number 5, Order 2021 resolution, the law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the Denham Town Community Zone, extension of period of operation, number 5, Order 2021 is hereby affirmed. The law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the Mount Salem community and environment in the parish of St. James Zone, extension of period of operation, number 5, Order 2021 resolution. Whereas Section 4 of the law reform, zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, Act 2017, hereinafter referred to as the Act, provides that the Prime Minister in Council may, by order, declare any geographically defined area within a single continuous boundary in Jamaica a zone of special operation for a period not exceeding 60 days if there are reasonable grounds to believe that due to rampant criminality, gang warfare, escalating violence and murder, and threat to the rule of law and public order, it is necessary so to do. And whereas, in accordance with that section, the Prime Minister and Council made the law reform, the zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Mount Salem community and environment in the parish of St. James, Order 2017. And whereas that order provides that the said zone shall operate for a period of 60 days, and whereas Section 5 of the Act provides that the Prime Minister, in Council, after consultation with the Joint Command, may by order subject to affirmative resolution of the House of Representatives, extend the said period for such further periods, each not exceeding 60 days. And whereas on the 11th day of October 2021, the Prime Minister and Council made the law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the Mount Salem Community Zone, extension of period of operation number 5, Order 2021. Now therefore be it resolved by this Honourable House as follows. 1. This resolution may be cited as the law reforms, zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Mount Salem community and environment in the parish of St. James Zone, extension of period of operation number 5, Order 2021 resolution. 2. The law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the Mount Salem community and environment in the parish of St. James Zone, extension of period of operation number 5, Order 2021 is hereby affirmed. And the law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures, the Norwood community in the parish of St. James Zone, extension of period of operation number 2, Order 2021. In exercise of the powers conferred upon the Prime Minister in Council by Section 5 of the law reform, zones of special operations, special security and community development measures Act, the following order is hereby made after consultation with the Joint Command. The order may be cited as the law reform, zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, the Norwood community in the parish of St. James Zone, extension of period of the operation number 2, Order 2021, 2. The period of operation of the Norwood community in the parish of St. James Zone, A. referred to in the law reform, zones of special operations, special security and community development measures, Norwood community in the parish of St. James Zone, Order 2021, declared by the Prime Minister in Council on the 20th day of June 2021, and extended for a further period of 6 days by virtue of the law reform, zones of special operation, special security and community development measures. The Norwood community in the parish of St. James Zone, extension of period of operation, Order 2021, until the 20th day of October 2021. I hereby extend for a further period of 60 days until the 20th day of December 2021, dated 11th day of October 2021. Madam Speaker, I further beg to give notice that at a later stage today, I will move for the suspension of the standing orders in order to enable me to take these resolutions.
Questions and answers to questions. Motions that may be made at the commencement of public business requiring notice. Motions relating to sittings of the House. Motions for leave to introduce bills. Presentation of bills without leave of the House first obtained. Public business.
Madam Speaker, for public business, we will, by resolution, the continuation of the State of the Constituency debate, and the Speaker today will be Mr. Dwight Siblis, the Member of Parliament for Clarendon Northern. Thereafter, Madam Speaker, we will conclude the debate on the bill entitled the National Identification and Registration Act 2020, and then we close with the resolutions in relation to the ZOSOs. May it please the Madam Speaker.
I invite the Member of Parliament from Clarendon Northern to make his presentation.
Madam Speaker, when I went to the constituency of Clarendon Northern in 2018, a pastor, Ekburn, was en route to go to his church and was passing the church that I was attending. And he turned back and came into the church, and he said to me, I got a message to give you. And he said, it is written, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. I ordained thee a prophet unto nations. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. Amen. Madam Speaker, I stand in this honorable house for the first time. And this was made possible by the Almighty God and the good people of Clarendon Northern, who said enough was enough on September 3. Madam Speaker, I want to first thank the 6,058 people who voted for me and the Jamaica Labour Party. And Madam Speaker, I also want to say to those 5,345 persons who did not vote for me that I will be working hard to get at least 1/3 of them to vote for me in the next general election. Madam Speaker, I want to thank the 1,340 workers, including the supervisors, who helped us to return the seat to the Jamaica Labour Party by a margin of 730. Madam Speaker, this is the first time ever that the Jamaica Labour Party has secured such a wide margin outside of 1980, which was a special election. Madam Speaker, please allow me to thank the hard-working councillor of Kellett's Division, Mr. Noel Nemar, and councillor caretaker, Mrs. Marjorie McFarlane, as well as councillor caretaker, Mr. Copeland Sewell. I would also like to thank my campaign chairman, who is my brother, Danny, and my campaign manager, Asa Ariat, along with Martine, Sonia, Troy, Junior, Kenisha, Delevante, Sapleton, and I could go on. Many thanks also to the team at the office, Chanel, Romani, Kimani, Chin, Short Boss, Beresford, Bach, and my driver, Dean. Madam Speaker, I pause to thank the most honorable Prime Minister and party leader, Andrew Michael Holness, and the officers of the great Jamaica Labour Party for their continuous confidence in me. Madam Speaker, I'm not suffering from amnesia.
No, you're not.
I am going to say something again. I want to thank the most honorable Andrew Michael Holness. In this respect, Madam Speaker, I had no interest in representational politics.
What?
Until I received a call from an East Rural St. Andrew member.
What you say?
Who called and said, we need somebody at Clarendon Northern that is good. Madam Speaker, the rest is history.
Yes, sir.
Madam Speaker, I have been hearing some buzz since I entered representational politics. And the buzz is about 3-star general, 5-star general, 6-star general. And when I got into the seat, I was told that I'm up against a 6-star general. And he was not just a general, he was a brigadista general. Madam Speaker, I just want to let you know that I was not daunted because only one general I know. And the only general I know is Simone Siblis, and that is my wife. Madam Speaker, she has given me 2 children and has helped me to raise 4 other children. That is 6, Madam Speaker, and myself makes 7. Madam Speaker, she is indeed a 7-star general. Madam Speaker, tomorrow, the 14th of October, we celebrate 21 years of marriage. Madam Speaker, it is Mother Teresa who said, if you can't help 100, help 1. And that is why we have decided to adopt children. Madam Speaker, 3 of them still lived at home. The 4th one told me that she has not moved out. And so from time to time she comes shopping at home and to do her laundry. Madam Speaker, this 4th child is also the head of my parliamentary research team. Madam Speaker, we are in the middle of a salary negotiation. And I will not say anything more because I've been advised that where we are at is very delicate right now. Madam Speaker, I want this Honourable House to know that I am not a political novice. In fact, in 1996, I joined the Jamaica Labour Party, and I was part of the first cohort, myself and young Andrew Holness of the Young Leaders Council. And back then, Madam Speaker, we were charged by the Most Honourable Edward Siaga to strategize for the future of the Jamaica Labour Party. Madam Speaker, he also ensured that we would not gotten out of hand. And Madam Speaker, he assigned to us Mother Dearest, the member from Central St. Catherine. Madam Speaker, we did not agree with Mother Dearest all the time then, but now we come to realize what she was training us for. I want to pause to thank the member from Central St. Catherine and the Most Honourable Edward Siaga of blessed memory. Madam Speaker, the state of the constituency when I took reign, admittedly, it appeared to me then that it was more than what Job could bear. There were no, I get in there. There were no proper road surface, Madam Speaker, and we're still having the problem. Young people felt hopeless because of the lack of opportunities and the prospect for the future looked dimmed. There was limited internet access, inadequate housing, lack of potable water, no electricity in some communities, no structured market for the farmers. And Madam Speaker, this was made worse by the road surface because the buyers could not come to the farm to get the produce. Hence, Madam Speaker, my presentation today is entitled Rebuilding the Foundation to Secure a Prosperous Future. Madam Speaker, as I now focus on the road infrastructure, many of the roads have been woefully neglected for years. Craters have been left to only increase in size, which make them harder to navigate around. This has led to an increase in the length of journey for many people going about their daily lives. In fact, Madam Speaker, the member of this Honourable House was going en route to St. James and decided to take the scenic route through Clarendon. And after spending hours in the constituency because of the bad road, he called me to say, Dwight, I feel sorry for you. How you gonna manage? I thought, Madam Speaker, the member was going to say, I'm going to give you 75% of my CDF. But he stopped just before he said that. Madam Speaker, I'm still encouraging the member. Madam Speaker, when the most honorable Prime Minister in his capacity as party leader was touring the constituency in August of 2020, his people called my people, and they agreed on a route that should have taken only 3 hours. But, Madam Speaker, it took 6 hours to cover half the journey because of the terrible road. Wow. Almost 3 decades of neglect. Madam Speaker, a second leg was planned, and this time, Madam Speaker, I got a call from the road manager, and I shall not tell you that the road manager is from Western Kingston. And he was stern and firm that it not gonna go so like the last time. Madam Speaker, this man is a Christian man, because every morning when I get up, I note that there's a WhatsApp message of devotion, Christian devotion, every morning, at least 3. Madam Speaker, while we were on the tour and night drew, I got a call from the road manager. Madam Speaker, I knew he was talking in unknown languages.
Mercy.
Madam Speaker, the only thing I could understand, where make you carry through your so. Madam Speaker, it took us 5 hours. The road surface is terrible, but thank God for Minister.
Madam Speaker, I ask that the member be allowed sufficient time to complete his presentation.
The question before the House is that the member be given sufficient time to complete his presentation. Those in favour? Aye. Those against? The ayes have it. Member.
Much obliged to you, Madam Speaker, and to my colleagues. Madam Speaker, Minister Warmington came and did a tour. And at the end of the tour, if anybody knows Minister Warmington, he's not a soft-spoken person. All I could hear from Minister Warmington, at that time he never got the correct pronunciation of my name. He said, Sybils, may I go help your people. No worry, may I go help your people. Already Minister Warmington is helping my people. He made a commitment for 3 roads, and we have already gotten 2 roads started. And Madam Speaker, in addition to that, we got approval for 3 breakaways, plus an additional road. Madam Speaker, we want to thank and big up the minister and say thank you, Minister. Madam Speaker, and we are talking about road like QPS to Colonel Ridge, Kelly's to James Hill, Corner Gates to Kinnicon, and the Mason River Road. Madam Speaker, we know the budget is limited, and so we appreciate the assistance that the minister is giving us. He made it clear that he is not able to do all the roads, but he is going to start, and Madam Speaker, he has started. Madam Speaker, I turn my attention to electricity. There are far too many communities in northern Clarendon that are without electricity. Madam Speaker, These people do not wish to trespass on the electrical line of the Jamaica Public Service or to take part in social electricity in their homes. Madam Speaker, they have written dozens of letters over the years. They have begged, they have bawled, they have demonstrated, and today they are still in darkness. Madam Speaker, I am asking the goodly minister who used to run me in my yard, the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, to make consideration. And Madam Speaker, I think the Prime Minister need to put a little bit more in this constituency as it relates to electricity. Because, Madam Speaker, the areas that are without electricity are Comsey, Wedgewell, Corner, Pantry, Bamboo, Burby, Pangate, Boot, Street, Kelly's, Breachers Hill, Crawl, Johnsville, Hoodspen, Gungo Ridge, and Bamboo in Good Hope. Madam Speaker, I am going to cut it short because there is more. What? Madam Speaker, we are in a bad state. We are in a bad state, Madam Speaker, and we need help. We need help as it relates to electricity. Our children cannot perform because if there's no electricity, there is no internet. Which is a good segue to talk about internet, Madam Speaker, and to thank the Honourable Minister of the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology, Minister Vaz, for the work that he and his team at Universal Service Fund is doing. Madam Speaker, he has come to this House and he has said that there are areas that are going to complete by March 31st, 22. Madam Speaker, we are pleased to announce that we are going to see the completion by December of this year for Brandon Hill Square, Kellystown, and the Anian Town Square, Madam Speaker. And so we look forward, and the people of Northern Clarendon look forward to this. Yes, Madam Speaker, we are rebuilding the foundation to ensure a prosperous future. Madam Speaker, I want to continue to thank the Minister, but along with the Minister of Education, because, Madam Speaker, we have 14 primary schools and 1 high school in the constituency. And, Madam Speaker, they need connectivity. So the announcement by the Minister is very much welcome. Madam Speaker, to date, what we have to be doing is connecting some of the schools, paying private suppliers so that some of the schools can get internet service. Madam Speaker, we welcome the announcement by the Minister of Energy, Minister Vaz. Madam Speaker, water.
Yes. Water.
When I went to the constituency, everybody talks about water. Madam Speaker, I have good news.
Yes. Water. Yes.
I have good news, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it is not the lack of water sources in my constituency. Madam Speaker, I think the water sources in my constituency can supply 4 constituencies, and we would not suffer lack of. Madam Speaker, it was a lack of leadership. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to report that we have started the Brandon Hill Water Project. Phase 1 is almost completed. And so Minister Mackenzie is in for some big thank you. And we are told that phase 2 will happen in the next financial year, which is about 6 months. And so all the households will have water after 3 decades. Madam Speaker, Minister Mackenzie is going to come in for more thanks because the rural water will also be starting a project for the bunker seal and the roadside area come next financial year, and those folks will also be getting piped water. Madam Speaker, I am not done yet with water because I am now thanking the most honorable Prime Minister in his role as substantive minister in charge of water, along with the minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Minister Albin Hill, and the team at the National Water Commission. We are grateful, Madam Speaker, for the 7.2 kilometer water pipes that are being laid in the constituency that is affecting Salem, Fairburn, Charlotte, and Anderson communities. Madam Speaker, we soon can say goodbye to water trucks. Madam Speaker, before I drink some water, I want to talk about this vexed issue. I want to talk about this vexed issue that we are going to resolve before Christmas, and that is the Macy River Water Project, which was started by the former Member of Parliament, Laurie Broderick. What? The former. What? And it languishes for over 12 years, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, after listening to the people and having several meetings with the stakeholders and the intervention of Minister Albin Hill, I am pleased to inform you that over 5,000 residents will be getting water for Christmas. And I will drink some water on that. Madam Speaker, we, through the most honorable Prime Minister, is making a plea for the Greater Kelly's Water Project that has been on the book for a number of years to commence next year so that another 7,000 residents can get water. And those residents include Comsey, Fenside, Seven Ground, St. John's, Guava Ground, and Kelly's Bottom. Madam Speaker, I can't leave the water topic yet because, Madam Speaker, I want to thank a philanthropist, Mr. David Newman, who called me late last year and said he would like to partner with me to get some water to the Red Hills, Bryans Hills area. Madam Speaker, that has been completed after laying 800 lengths of pipe, and 70 families have now been given water. Madam Speaker, we are indeed rebuilding the foundation to ensure a prosperous future for the people of Clarendon Northern. Madam Speaker, I hasten to go to housing. There's a lot need for housing. some of my friends and siblings, we were able to put together and build 3 houses, 14 by 14 houses. But, Madam Speaker, it's just a drop in the bucket. We have given over 130 families building material grants. But, Madam Speaker, we are grateful for the 12 families that will benefit under the Prime Minister's Hope Project, which include a tenement yard. Madam Speaker, we are rebuilding the foundation for a prosperous future. Madam Speaker, we want to thank Minister Grange for the work that she's doing with us in helping us to bring back the civic and the cultural center to its glory days. And we want to say a big thank you, Minister Grange, because we are indeed grateful. We want to rebuild our foundation so that our future might be prosperous. Madam Speaker, we want to thank, as we look now at farming, we want to thank the Minister of Labour and Social Security for bringing back confidence in the farm work program.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, no longer members of Parliament is wondering why is it 8 persons from a family going on the program and others can't get to go. Madam Speaker, the new thinking of this minister is great, and we thank him. Madam Speaker, the only thing I would ask him if he could increase the amount that he sent to me, because it's peer farmers I have, and we are inherently qualified for the farm work program. Yes. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Jobs. Our people need jobs. They need jobs opportunities. And Madam Speaker, I want to pause and thank Ms. Yvonne Nelson, who has been working with me to bring opportunities in the constituency. Madam Speaker, we have approached JAMPRO and we have spoken to the minister. What we are trying to do is to bring BPOs into the constituency, a sort of hybrid work from home project. Upon the approval of this proposal that we have submitted, Madam Speaker, it will bring initially 300 jobs for the people of Northern Clarendon. Madam Speaker, our farmers are having it difficult, but I want to make a suggestion here today with regards to RADA. Madam Speaker, RADA in my constituency doesn't work. I don't know for the other country MPs. It seems to be more a distribution chain and not what it was visualized as, Madam Speaker. It takes me 5 to 6 months to get anything through RADA. That is not good enough. Madam Speaker, not even the road that RADA fixed in my constituency is done well. You always have to be telling them, do it over. Madam Speaker, something is wrong with RADA. and it needs to fix. I spoke to the former minister and the current minister with regards to RADA, and I have gotten commitments from both that a review is being done, and I look forward to that review. Madam Speaker, I now want to touch on education. Madam Speaker, I'm a fervent believer that education is the best vehicle to move young people from poverty to prosperity. Madam Speaker, and I am a believer because I am the epitome of that. Sometime earlier this year, my educational achievement as well as my varied career acumen came up for discussion. The truth is, Madam Speaker, from as early as age 12, I have been working and supporting myself and my family and attending the St. Anne's Secondary School in the constituency of Western Kingston, where I was born and raised. Madam Speaker, the long and short of it, I've always worked and go to school. And I thought I was finished with it until the Prime Minister, in his capacity as leader of the party, sent me back to school. Madam Speaker, some of us here are with the University of McGill. Yes. And Madam Speaker, every week we say, where Andrew put we now? Madam Speaker, assignments, exams every week, class every week, and you cannot miss a class, whether it's online because you are marked because you have to say something. Madam Speaker, I am still going to school and working. And that is why, Madam Speaker, I want young people to understand that education is one of the best vehicles to move them from poverty to prosperity. And, Madam Speaker, I take this thing serious. I have given, in my constituency, over 1,200 scientific calculators, 1,300 geometry sets, textbooks, 700 textbooks. Madam Speaker, we are rebuilding the foundation to bring about a prosperous future. Madam Speaker, I am not going to be much longer. I want to talk to you on the proposal. I hear that my time is not up, but they send me to school. Right? And I went to school and I did the calculation, Madam Speaker, and I know my time is up. But Madam Speaker, I want to talk on tourism, because after the minister leave that pool in southwest St. Catherine, northeast St. Catherine, I want him to come over to Northern Clarendon, because we have a hospital that the slaves used to have babies there. So you can see the connection, Madam Speaker. The pool will bring forth and we will deliver it. Madam Speaker, I want to say that we have done a lot. We have indeed been doing our work. We are thankful for the 482 grants that we have received from the Ministry of Education goes towards tablets. 420 persons have taken up that offer. We are thankful for the Rotary Club of Brampton, of Canada, through Karen Van Arn, and the Rotary Club of Ligonier Plains, who are working every day to get more tablets and laptops in our school in Northern Clarendon. Madam Speaker, I am not afraid of the daunting task ahead. In fact, it is written, "Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest." Madam Speaker, we have done much. There is still much more to do. The work must never stop. We have started the work by rebuilding the foundation, brick by brick, block by block. We strongly believe that this Andrew Holness-led team of Cabinet Ministers and the resilient backbenchers that we are, Jamaica will continue to endure through this pandemic, and our efforts to build back stronger will come to pass. Let me once again thank the wonderful people of Clarendon Northern, my members of staff, the constituency office, family, friends, this honorable house for affording me this opportunity to speak for and to speak to my people. I now want to quote one of my law lecturers, Miss Nancy Anderson. She said, "A great lawyer must know the 4 S's. The first S, you must know when to stand up. Madam Speaker, I have stood up.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The second S, I must know when to speak up. Madam Speaker, I have spoken." Madam Speaker, she said the 2 S's are very important. You must know when to shut up and to sit down. I know shut up and take my seat.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to thank the member from Clarendon Northern for his presentation. And I now ask that the debate on the state of constituency be suspended.
Question before the House is that the debate on the constituency, the state of the constituency, be now suspended. Those in favor? Those against? The debate is now suspended.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we will now go to the order paper to have the item 3, which is the continuation of the debate on the NIDS bill. And at this time, the Honorable Prime Minister will make his presentation, after which we intend to close the debate today, so others are invited if they wish to speak. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Prime Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, members. Before I begin my presentation, Madam Speaker, just a brief comment on the presentations that have gone before in the State of the Constituency debate, that's how it is termed. And the members have given very spirited presentations. It is very good, Madam Speaker, to observe that the members have not just been very generous in the glorification of the works in their constituencies, but they have also been critical and forthright in identifying the needs and challenges that face them as members of Parliament. And the member who just spoke alluded to having the opportunity to participate in a course of study specific to his new function. This is an opportunity that was afforded to us by certain connections we have made through the Westminster Foundation and other connections. And we are ensuring that our members of Parliament, all of them will have the opportunity, but we're doing it in stages, to ensure that they understand their role as MPs, and especially their role as backbenchers. That the term backbench can sometimes be misconstrued, misunderstood as being not in the forefront of government and therefore not important. That is far from the case. The backbenchers, Madam Speaker, plays the role of the objective opposition. Their job is to keep the government on its toes, to point out when the government is going wrong, if anything has gone wrong, to ensure that we're not covering up anything, and that the government stays true to its commitment of being true to the public. So they play a very important role. There are those who would want to cast the government always in a perpetually bad light. But some of the criticism and comments betray the lack of understanding and knowledge of how the Westminster parliamentary democracy works. And my job, Madam Speaker, is to ensure that the parliamentary democracy works as it should, particularly with such a large majority. We must never feel comfortable. We must never take the people's angst for granted, and we must always be responsive. So, Madam Speaker, the objective of the backbench is to put the opposition out of business. So you will see that within this government, our backbenchers will speak up when things aren't going right. They will keep the ministers on their toes, and they will represent the needs of their constituencies. Madam Speaker, I give rise to make my brief contribution to the debate on the new bill shortly entitled the National Identification and Registration Act 2021. Madam Speaker, this bill represents the contributions of many stakeholders and the rigorous deliberation of the Joint Select Committee, including the member from Southeastern St. Andrew. Yes, including that member. Your deliberations helped to create this new bill, which is rigorous and which, Madam Speaker, yes, so we are acknowledging that your participation in bringing this bill to fruition, and we are happy for it. Yes, we're happy for it. Madam Speaker, this bill is over 40 years in coming, and that we could potentially pass the bill today for me, it represents a great achievement. Madam Speaker, when I resumed the position of Prime Minister in 2016, one of the first things that I did was to pull the file on the National Identification System. And it was the strangest thing, Madam Speaker, because every government wants to do it. Every government in the last 40 years proclaimed how very important this was. And you would have seen the various policy papers, even draft legislation that was done. And in 2009, we opened in the office of the Prime Minister a project for NIDS, and that continued through the Portia Simpson administration, which followed. But it just never came to fruition. Either there was no driver, or it was just a good idea, but never to be accomplished. Or maybe it was just so overwhelming to pull everything together to get it done. Or maybe it was just a fear that tackling this business of informality and an unstructured society may sound good, but not be of political interest or political benefit. Madam Speaker, but I had a different vision for Jamaica. I felt that Jamaica as a country has done so well, but it could have done so much more. I felt, Madam Speaker, that in many ways we have great vision, great hopes, but we have just constantly underperformed. I felt, Madam Speaker, that the world was passing us by because other societies were able to resolve the fundamental issues of equity and fairness.